Hi, garden friends. Welcome to Science Kit number 20. This is Adaptations Week 1, and our driving question for the Adaptation series is how do plants and animals adapt to their environment? The materials you're going to need for Science Kit number 20 include your science notebook, a pencil with an eraser, crayons, colored pencils, or markers, and then I forgot to write on here, you're also going to need some scissors and a glue stick. And then if you haven't done so yet, go to the Garden Flipgrid and join so that you can do video responses. If you like to do video responses to some of the questions we have in our garden lessons, that is a great place to do it. So your first activity for this week is to create your KWL chart. Remember, KWL is what you know, what you want to know, and then you go back and think about what you've learned about plant and animal adaptations. So we're going to do that live on Wednesday at 11:30 if you want to join us, or you are welcome to do it independently. So let's review an example of adaptations. In this case, my example is a plant. So think of a cactus. It is a plant that grows in the desert where there's not much water and the temperature can get very hot. Cactus have adapted to live in the hot, dry desert in many ways. Cactus have shallow roots that spread out over a wide area to maximize their collection of rainfall. Cactus also often have a taproot, which is a long root that reaches deep into the ground to find water. Cactus store moisture in fleshy pads. Cactus have shiny, waxy leaves to prevent water loss. Transpiration, remember that word from the water cycle? And cactus have spikes for protection from animals in the desert who might be seeking food or moisture. So there's a few examples of adaptations in a specific type of plant. To learn more about plant and animal adaptations, you should check out these Brain Pop videos. We have a Brain Pop Junior video that is really fantastic about plant adaptations. And then there's a Brain Pop video about natural selection that talks about both plants and animals. So then your next project is to do some research. Pick a plant or animal to research and discover 1 to 3 adaptations in your plant or animal, and then share that information. You can share it in a variety of ways. You can use Google Slides, Google Docs. You can make a video. You can make a poster. Whatever method works for you is great. And you can share that in Seesaw, or I would love for you to share it at the Garden Flipgrid. That would be fantastic. I do have a second dig in video that shows you an example of a Google slide presentation. I did some research to share with you. So if you want to see that example, you can click on the other dig in video. Okay, so this video, now that we've gone over all the instructions, I wanted to go over the 2 worksheets. So the first worksheet says, what should I wear? Look at the animals below. Write the names of the animals in the correct category. Now, for my TK friends and my kinders, if it's easier for you to draw the picture rather than write the name, that's fine. You are welcome to do that. And actually, even my older students, if you'd rather draw instead of write, that's fine. Whatever works for you. So as I look at this, I know that this says feathers, this says fur, scales, skin, and shell. My center bubble here says animal coverings. So then I'm going to look at my animal pictures down here. Let's see, can I get them on the camera? I think my camera's zoomed in. Let me see. There we go. I can zoom out a little bit. So here's my animals. I have a pig, I have an eagle, a frog, a lion, a fish, a duck, an alligator, a crab, a monkey, and a turtle. So I'm going to think about which one of these animals, I'm just going to pick a category to start with. Which one of these animals has scales? The cat is trying to help me with the video. So I think that my fish has scales. So I'm going to write fish here, or like I said, if you would like to draw a little picture, let's see if I can draw like a quick little fish. Oh, okay. So I have fish under the scales section. Now, if I look at my other animals, who has fur? I know a lion has fur. So I'm going to write lion up here. Okay, and I'm going to do a little X mark. You don't have to cross them out if you don't want to, but that's going to help me remember which ones I've already put in their place. So let's see, who else has fur? My monkey. Well, that drawing didn't come out very well of the monkey. Maybe you can add a drawing of a monkey there. Monkeys have fur. So I'm going to put that there. And then, let's see. That might be all of my furry ones. So let's look at feathers. Which animals have feathers? Does a pig have feathers? No, it doesn't. How about the eagle and the duck? So I'm going to write eagle, and I'm going to write duck. And then, like I said, you don't have to cross yours out if you don't want to, but it makes it easier for me to remember what I'm doing. Okay, then a shell. I have a turtle that has a shell, and my crab. Look at the crab. I wonder if you've seen crabs, if you've had a chance to go to the beach, if you see a crab there. Okay, so then, you know what? Look, I forgot one of my scales. Alligators are reptiles, and they have scales. So I'm going to go write him over here with my fish. And then the pig and the frog have skin. Frogs are, whoops, I didn't spell that right. Frogs are amphibians. They have skin that they have to keep damp. There we go. So I have categorized all of my different animals by what kind of skin they have, or what kind of coverings, outerwear. Look at this. What are the basic needs of all living animals? Let's see. I know that everything needs water. And everything needs food. And everything needs shelter. What's my fourth one? I wonder if you remember. Warmth. There we go. Water, food, shelter, and warmth. All right, so there's our first worksheet. Now our second worksheet is actually 2 pieces of paper, but one of them is sort of the paper that you're going to glue things to, and one of them you're going to cut out. So the first thing you want to do, these are adaptations of plants. So I'm going to cut my first column. Do you see right here where it says plants? And then I have flowers, cactus, rainforest plant, and Venus flytrap. I'm going to cut that first column out. And you don't have to worry about making it like perfectly exactly on the dotted lines. If you really want to, you can, but nobody's going to come and check your cutting to make sure it's exactly perfect, because you know what? The idea is to work with the information. Nobody worries too much about precise cutting, right? As long as you can cut well enough to get the things where you need them, that's fine. So you're going to cut that first column out, and you're going to glue it under the word plant. You see where it says plant right there? And it doesn't really matter for the first column what order you glue your plants down in. Now, when we get to the next couple of columns, the idea is that we will be matching up their adaptation to their plant, and so then it will matter, right? Okay, so I have structures. These are the adaptations in the plant. And I'm going to cut that column out next, because I know these will go, these four are going to go here in my middle column. I just have to figure out which one matches up with which plant. So I'm going to cut them out first. And then I'm going to think about these types of plants and what I know about them. Ooh, one of these plants has a mouth for catching bugs. One of them has bright petals. One of them has giant leaves. And one of them has a really thick stem. Now, if you've ever seen or heard about the Venus flytrap, that is a really fascinating type of plant, and it has a mouth. It's not really a mouth, but we think of it as a mouth for catching bugs. It's a specialized leaf, and what it does is it sits there open and open and open, and then when a bug comes and lands in it, it goes whoop, and it closes, and it basically eats the insect. It's kind of fascinating. So I know that flowers have bright petals. So I'm going to glue bright petals next to flowers. Now, if you've done any studying about the rainforest, you know that the plants in the rainforest usually have really giant leaves because they have to maximize, I'm trying to think of the right word. It gets really shady in the rainforest, and so the leaves have to be really, really big to increase how much sunlight they get. So giant leaves go with the rainforest plant. And then my cactus has a really thick stem. I know some of you are studying desert biome right now, so you'll be the experts on cactus. So now that you've got these two columns, you're going to do your last one for functions. And the function explains what that plant's adaptation's purpose or function is. So you're going to cut these out, and then you're going to figure out which function goes with which plant and adaptation. So I have helps get extra sun in shady places, gives the plant nutrients it can't get from bad soil, attracts insects to help spread pollen, and helps to store water. Well, I know that the Venus flytrap, since it's eating an insect, right? Then that mouth for catching bugs is what's giving the plant the nutrients. So we can put gives the plant nutrients it can't get from bad soil is going to go with the Venus flytrap. And I happen to know that the bright colors of the flowers helps to attract insects to spread pollen. So that's going to go in this column here, or row actually, sorry, with my flowers. Now I have two left. Oh, look, and they were kind of already in order. My cactus's thick stem helps to store water because remember, in the desert, there's not very much rainfall. So the cactus has developed the adaptation of a really thick stem to store water. And then, just like I was talking about those giant leaves in the rainforest, they help get extra sun in shady places. So that's going to go with your rainforest. Okay, garden friends. Those are our worksheets for Science Kit number 20. If you want to do some coloring after you've done your cutting and gluing, that would be great. You can even, on the back of either of these, you could draw some pictures. So if you wanted to draw some cactus or draw some flowers on the back, you are welcome to do that. be sure and take pictures and send them in so we can see her work, okay? Thanks, garden friends.